Hello and welcome to Illuminations with Tiina and Fi, for you who desires a life of joy. It is the Nuggets episode for perfectionism, where we share our little top tips for the subject that we've been talking about this month. Fi, what's your first one?
Well, we can't do perfectionism and not do Brene. So Brene Brown, The Gifts of Imperfection, is the first book of the trilogy. And she in here designs the 10 guideposts for wholehearted living. And actually it's good because there was one thing I didn't mention. Her second goalpost is cultivating self-compassion, letting go of perfectionism. So we didn't mention that, but it's important, and we've done a wonderful series on self-compassion, so please do go and find that, and it's all based on the work of Kristen Neff. So wonderful idea of her, from her research around how perfectionism, and she says that shame, let me get this, a bit like you when you were, shame is the birthplace of perfectionism.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So you can see where it worked with your singing. So really good to have a look at, read, get your head around. She gives you ideas in there around that guidepost too. And obviously then it's linked to the TED Talks as well. Brene.
Excellent. Wonderful book. My first one is Terri Cole and Brene talking about perfectionism. Escape the perfectionism trap. They talk about what perfectionism is, and they also connect that to relationships, how it kind of plays out in relationships, and how you that kind of self-critical voice can then translate into your partner or your potential partner. Nobody's good enough because you will find imperfections and then you'll kind of leave it. So very interesting video. It's on YouTube.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you, Tiina.
So next one.
I'm going to talk about Louise Hay and mirror work. I absolutely love the Taoist belief that we are born perfect and we are born divine. And it's just the crap that we listen to and filter that, influences that. And so what Louise Hay in here does, part of her work, is that she goes in to heal the inner child. And obviously we talked about how scripts are written by the time we're 7 or 8. So she goes back in and helps you through working with mirrors. And that's that's a really interesting way and challenging way of doing work, I tell you. But if you can, it is fantastic. It's really healing. And so I thought, this is a 21 days. So she builds up and then does the healing, the inner child. Sorry, I've just lost my headset. What's it called? Prop tragedy or whatever it is. It's back in my ear. So yes, Louise Hay, mirror work. A lot in there that's fantastic. It's all about changing the internal dialogue, changing the internal belief. So it's about, I'm good enough, and looking at how that enhances then self-esteem and self-confidence, etc. Wonderful. Small little book, packs a punch.
Brilliant. I just have to put something in here. Is, when you're saying that we're all born divine. I did Landmark many, many years ago, and there was this female speaker or leader of the kind of group. And she said that when we're born, we have this huge swimming pool that we swim in. And we're happily swimming along in this swimming pool, and there's lots of space, and it's lovely, lovely. And then life happens. So in one corner of the swimming pool, suddenly there's a poo. And we go, oh, there's a poo there. Okay, I won't go into that area of the swimming pool. And as life goes on, there's more and more pieces of poo in this pool. So eventually you've just got this one lane that you swim in and go, oh, well, no, I pretend I can't see the poo, and I'll just swim in this little lane back and forth. And I think all this work that we're talking about, it's about getting the literally crap out of the pool so that you can again be in this wonderful swimming pool with lots of space that's actually not contaminated by life because you choose to be. Anyway, I just want to put that in there.
No, and thank you. And it's interesting because a lot of people, you know, they find the mirror work very challenging. When I work with my clients, it's like the last, you know, we tenderly go there, and it's a really interesting one because it starts to show the value of really being able to look in the mirror and say to yourself, do you know what, you're a really okay person, and you are good enough, and you are lovable, and you can cope. And so it really is a poo mover, you know, it really is. And I put it up because I would like to challenge some people to give this a practice and see what results they get.
Yeah, no, it is a challenging thing. So my second one and the last one is Marissa Peer talking about not being enough. And I just want to get the title right. The biggest disease affecting humanity, I'm not enough. And Brene, of course, talks a lot about, you know, perfectionism, and then that you know, we're living in this society where there's a lack of enough. You know, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not slim enough, I'm not intelligent enough. And I think that's a really good video by Marissa Peer talking about being enough and actually embracing yourself. So yeah, so those are our nuggets on perfectionism or being perfect. Drive her. Excellent. Well, that's been a smashing theme and smashing month. Thank you for that. And I'll see you, and I'll see all of you next month with a new theme. Take care.
Bye now.
Bye now.